Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I've been hearing about Belarus invading Ukraine since, 10, 11 months already. And I've been told by the free, true, real mass media in the West and the Ukrainians that he's ready to attack. They're ready. They're doing this. They're doing this. And I was like, they're not going to attack. They're not going to attack. They're not going to attack. And they didn't. Now, it doesn't mean they couldn't. They're perfectly able to attack. Is that going to work in their interest? Not at all. If Belarus attacks Ukraine or Poland, would that be in Putin's interest? I don't think so at all. I would give it 9 in 10 scenarios is bad for Russia. Why? Because the advantage that Belarusian army would give to Russia would be zero. On the contrary, that will definitely trigger an intervention from the other ones. And it's not going to trigger an intervention that you say, well, that's the way Putin got them in so he can hit them directly. No, because there's going to be only one country that's going to probably go to war with Belarus, and it's going to be probably Poland. Not probably, 100% Poland, I would say. And then probably going to have the Baltic states, and that would be it. And it's not going to be NATO. They're going to be just those countries. And I say, we'll declare war or whatever, you attacked us or you attacked that, we're coming in because we're afraid or something like that. Now what happens here? We got Lukashenko, who is the president of Belarus. And he says that he would join the war under one circumstance. And this is if even one soldier attacks territory. So he says that if Belarus is attacked, only then they will join the war. The problem is a lot of false flag operations could occur, if you know what I mean. So this article comes from today, the 16th of February 2023, and this is what he said. President Alexander Lukashenko of Belarus will launch military action against Ukraine if his country is attacked by even one soldier. Well, that means I dare you, and probably the Russians could get that triggered if they want, or even the Ukrainians could get it triggered if they want. Maybe it's their advantage to do it. Draw those guys in, and then they draw, NATO in. And remember, Ukraine, in my assessment, tried on 2 occasions to draw NATO in. I mean, more than 2, but I'm going to use only the 2 that was very clear. And that was the one with the missiles, the S-300 missiles, falling in Poland, Ukrainian missiles, and then in 45 minutes, all the Ukrainian officials, including Zelensky, Zaluzny, and all those guys, pointed the fingers at the Russians. They said the Russians did it, and immediately requested Poland to, invoke Article 5 of NATO, which is, we were under attack, please help us to destroy the enemy. But then what happened? The Poles said, whoa, take it easy. And then they discussed a little bit and said, no, actually it was not a Russian missile. It was, Russian origin, S-300, but it was launched by you. Nice try, next time. Next one was a few days ago, when the Russians conducted the latest massive missile attack on Ukraine, if you remember. They launched some missiles from the Black Sea and going towards the western part of Ukraine with Lvov. They crossed Moldovan territory, which is a no-no, but Moldova is not a NATO member state. And then about 35 miles east of the Romanian border. Romania is a NATO member state. The Romanians scrambled to MiG-21 from the First World War or something, biplanes, and to intercept the missiles. Like, it's a joke. Anyway, so again, when that happened, the Ukrainians immediately claimed, rockets, missiles launched by the Russians entered Romanian territory 35 kilometers, not miles, kilometers. Romania should act. NATO is under attack. Again, in about 45 minutes, The Romanian Minister of Defense came and said, no, it was not. They did not cross into Romania. They were 35 kilometers east of Romania. In Moldova, we scrambled the two First World War biplanes, like the Red Baron. We just put him back to, or maybe, what's his name, Goering. He was another fighter ace. Yeah, that guy, the fat Hermann Goering. He was a World War I air, how do you want to call it, airplane fighter ace. He's got a big, whatever cross he's got, diamonds and leaves and all that, the diamonds. Anyway, so let's move back here. So those were two obvious times when the Ukrainian says, oh, see, NATO's attack, get in. And I say, oh, take it easy, do we want that? That's what I'm saying. The Ukrainians can cremate, not yet, create something with Belarus to try to get them in. Once they come in, I guarantee you that Poland will be, oh my God, oh we gotta do something. The little Baltic states, the 5 million population Baltic states, 3 countries like Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia, big mouths, but zero, if you know what I mean. They're go to war. They're gonna help. You strategically. We're just gonna provide you with a land, women, and drink. That's all. It's on us. So let's see what else Lukashenko has to gargle here. And I'm quoting: I am ready to fight together with the Russians from the territory of Belarus in one case only. If so much as one soldier from Ukraine comes to our territory with a gun to kill my people, said Lukashenko. Well, if this would have been said by, let's say, Biden or Zelensky, that would be on the Times magazine and on People's magazine and all that. But because he's a bad dude, let's, don't make a fuss about it. Right, Lukashenko made the comment Thursday in a press conference hosting foreign reporters at the Independence Palace in Minsk. He also said that he invited nice painting over there in the background. He also said that he invites Biden to Minsk to end the war, and Putin will come as a little dog, Pavlovian dog, Now, this applies to other neighbors. You know who those? He's talking about Poland, obviously. Lukashenko added, if they commit an aggression against Belarus, our response will be the most cruel. The most cruel. Okay, don't be cruel. All right, but you are cruel. So he's threatening something must be happening behind, all these things, the curtain. The Russians are conducting this offensive. The Ukrainians are calling that their bosses to do something about it. The bosses told them don't attack Crimea because that's a red line. All of a sudden the Americans realize that care about Russian red lines. That's such a BS. They crossed all the red lines, put forth by the Russians, and now they somehow tell the Ukrainians, Blinken told them, well, don't attack. We don't encourage you to attack Crimea because Crimea is a red line, and that would be all war or something. Psst. What about now? You send tanks. You're gonna send fighter jets. You send. You're about to send long-range missile systems. You send HIMARS. You send howitzers. You send everything. And you tell me this is a red line. Something is going on. I think the West starts to. Ukraine, I think. But hey, we'll find out, right? If we are allowed to be alive by then. Lukashenko is the longest sitting European president. Now he's going to do a little personal attack, holding the office since it was established in 1994 following the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Domestic and foreign opponents of the regime have criticized his successive electoral victories as fraudulent. Oh, you can't deny an election, I heard. Hey, election deniers. Hey. Well, it depends who denies it, right? All right, so Ukrainian forces are killing nearly 1,000 Russian troops every day, and they eliminated 5,000 troops in a single battle in late January, according to UK officials citing data from Ukraine. Very trustworthy, I believe it. Yes. So this is what's going on with Lukashenko, and He's gonna defend his people, dictator or not dictator. Uh, the problem is the propaganda spewed from within in and from outside in will make people be sometimes less patriotic just because they think it's about Lukashenko and not about their country. This reminds me of Romania when it was under the communist regime, Ceausescu and all those guys. Not a lot of people were willing to fight for him in case the country was attacked. And it was a little overlap between the country, the nation, patriotism, and Ceausescu. And because Ceausescu was the dictator over there, people were like, maybe, we should somehow get rid of this guy and allow those guys to come in and get rid of him. And then we're going to get rid of them somehow. They wouldn't realize that once those guys come in, they don't really go away anywhere. But hey, now it's a different way to take over, like NATO. They don't have to conquer you, don't have to, attack you. They just make you sign some papers, and they bring their military personnel and the infrastructure to protect you. That's the new way of invading a country. And I get you in the alliance where I'm the boss. You do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want to you, but you can't bring troops in my country. No. Only I can bring it. And you get another organization, and the organization has a center, and the center tells you what to do. Therefore, they change whatever you say. So you're not independent anymore. We have a parliament. The parliament will do anything Brussels says. I'm talking about Romania. And we have a military. The military does anything NATO, which / United States want. So how much independence you have? About 1, 2, out of 3,000 options? But you're defended. So it's like you would say to a slave, hey, you know what? The fact that the master feeds you, how much feeds you, houses you, how much houses you, you're protected from other masters to attack you maybe. So you should be okay. You're still a slave. What do I know about? I'm going to protect you. You're my slave. How about let me be free without any repercussions? That's not an option. Under the new rule-based world order these guys are talking about without providing the rules. All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.